Let's see if I can do my makeup without crying. Probably not, because I want to tell you guys about how I've been feeling recently, because I've been talking to my friends and freaking out afterwards. I don't know why, only I think I know why. Here's the thing. You might go, oh, it's maybe because you're talking to the wrong people. No. These friends that I'm talking to are first class, amazing, A+. I have high standards. You should know, after watching a couple of my videos, that it is not easy to be my friend. It takes a special kind of person. They must be great, right? They must be. Anyways, it's not that. Then you might think, oh, well, maybe it's because you're trying to talk to new friends, make new friends. That can be anxiety inducing, especially because I've recently said on multiple times, videos, the things, that is something I'm having quite a bit of a hard time with these days. But no, the friends that I've been talking to, I've been friends with for over a decade. Maybe it's you. And you know what? I agree. It is me. So you can see how I might have been a little like, what is going on? Because I've just been like crying and losing my mind after talking to my friends. We're not talking about anything crazy. We're not talking about anything we haven't talked about before. I'm not sharing anything super crazy, I don't think. Well, today your job as a therapist is going to be easy, I think, because I talked about it with one of my friends. Oh, you're so proud of me, right? You're proud of me. I had an issue and I was like, hey, can you help me with this issue? I know. I have grown and I'm doing things. Anyways, so I talked to them and we kind of like sussed it out a little bit. Hang on, I have to tell my husband what I want from the grocery store. One, I would like to say that I was not treating this as big of an issue because, I've got so much going on in my life that I'm like, first of all, who knows if this is just an issue because of how I'm feeling physically, That happens, or something's going on with my hormones and things. Like, I've got a lot going on and we're messing with a lot of things, we're trying to improve things. So that means we're, changing hormone levels, we're changing, all the things. So sometimes that makes my mood and my emotional stability also quite up and down as well. Understandable. We have patience and we have room for that. We're trying to be understandable of ourselves, aren't we now? We're trying. But here's what my beautiful, loving, wise friend said to me. She said, you know what? You have spent a lot of years feeling like you are not heard, maybe that your voice doesn't matter, things like that. And sometimes when you're going through traumatic things, you tend to not say anything, And I was like, really? Because apparently I thought I was someone else. So I was thinking about this, and I was thinking about how, like, medically, as far as my health, that it is a lot of like asking for help and answers from people that should be more than qualified to give them to you. Should be, maybe, I don't know. In my mind, they should have been, right? Doctors. But they weren't the right doctors for what I have. Not everyone can know everything. Pair that with not only am I seeing the wrong people, but I sound like a crazy person sometimes to these doctors, and they're saying it's all in my head. And it's not only like, oh, we can't help you, we can't figure it out, we can't give you answers. It's like, why are you looking for answers for problems that don't exist? Sounds like maybe you're crazy. And I'm over here like, oh, okay. So now I'm getting a lot of negative feedback. I'm being made to feel small, demeaned, all the things that I don't want to feel. So maybe I won't say anything then. Maybe I won't say anything. But how does that play into who I am as a person and interacting with just other people on a regular basis of life? one of the things I keep thinking about is, how am I supposed to talk to someone and make friends and sound like I know anything about anything in life when I can't remember more than half of the English language half the time, you know? This is my first language. It's my only one I'm fluent in, especially nowadays, and I forget the simplest of words. And I feel like I sound like I can't think of a word without being extremely insulting to myself, but I don't sound like an adult. I don't sound like someone who has mental faculties well enough to be friends with the kind of people that I am friends with, you know? Not to mention that, why would someone who has a life is crazy, groceries are expensive, we all gotta work, do things, people have kids, husbands, families, all this stuff, movies to go see in the theater, they've got a lot of things going on. Why would they want to spend their time and attention with me? And I don't mean this as like, oh, I'm just the worst person to be with, but like, I'm not fun. I don't want to go anywhere and do anything half the time, and I don't necessarily have a lot to say all the time because I might be in too much pain. Sometimes my mood goes up and down. We already talked about that. I'm sure you see it understandably, but also maybe not understandably for everyone, and it might not be the funnest experience to experience as a friend who's just trying to talk and hang out and have a good time, whatever. Also, the things that I want to talk about aren't always necessarily relatable, you know? A lot of people are going to just think like, oh, well, why didn't you just take some medicine? Or why didn't you just go to the doctor? Or, you know? And if I do or don't do something, there's probably an amazingly great reason for it as far as my health, because this is not day one and I don't have the luxury to be very passive or ignorant in a lot of things as far as health goes. I really have to step up my game, make sure I'm paying attention. So, and then of course we all do things differently. So yeah, I have friends who have like different health problems and different things, but that doesn't mean that we would all handle it the same, you know? Not to mention, shoe on the other foot, like, how am I supposed to understand and be supportive and helpful to someone who's, you know, having trouble with being a parent, or, you know, that kind of something. Like, I'm gonna be over here like, I don't know. I feel like I'm just not as relatable, is basically all that I'm saying. Not to mention the things that I have to go through in life and stuff. Some of the things are traumatic, and maybe I would benefit from talking about them. Maybe I do want to talk about them. But who really wants to listen to that? Like, who really wants to sit there and listen to what's going on between me and my doctors, or what's happening in my body? To be honest, I don't even feel like that's something a lot of people want to hear, like that they could stomach hearing. I have found that it can make a lot of other people feel uncomfortable. And then what are they supposed to say? I don't know. I just feel like all of those things are kind of excuses, to be honest, for how I'm feeling. The real thing that I think I'm feeling inside is that I am not worthy of being a good friend to someone else, and that I am living a life that is going to just be too hard or too much for someone else to be my friend, and then they're not going to want to be my friend, and then I'm going to lose the couple of friends that I do have. Not to mention that I feel like being a friend and, you know, trying to talk to someone about what's going on in their life or what's going on in mine, or trying to have just a simple conversation when I'm in a lot of pain or I've got brain fog or all of these things, I feel like that is when I am really gonna see and feel my limitations in those areas, you know? I'm not gonna be able to ignore them. And Is that something I really want to face? To be honest, no. Like 100% no. Because all of it just makes me feel extremely broken. Like I'm broken. I'm a broken person. I'm a broken friend. I'm breaking promises. My body breaks down. I have breakdowns. It's all just... And when we are shopping in life, when we are searching for things, we want quality. We want to get what we pay for. We want to invest in the right things. And I'm having a hard time imagining someone investing in something so broken, because I think I find it hard to invest in myself because of how I feel about how I'm broken. Not to mention that I can't keep up. I can't keep up with anybody. I can't keep up mentally. I can't do the things that maybe I even used to be able to do. Whatever. I'm broken. I'm a broken human being, and I don't want other people to see how broken I am. Ooh, girl, don't let those tears out. Suck it back in. Suck it back in. Even though I do feel this way about life, and I feel like it's telling of how I view and feel myself, probably. That's not how I view other people. I have had friends, and the friends that I keep, I think that they're amazingly amazing. And whether or not they can, run a mile or keep up or have meltdowns or on medicine for depression or anything, what do I care? I think that they're amazing people for a lot different reasons than that. I don't value someone else based on their medicine cabinet. So why am I valuing myself like that? And if the answer is that I value myself like that because that is how I've been valued in the past or by other people, I know better. I have way better friends than that. I have friends that have taught me way better than that. I know better. I've lived better. I've had a way better experience in life than that. So why is that on the mind? Why is that on my mind? As of now, I haven't necessarily talked about how impactful PT has been on a very detailed level for someone like me, for me, with my dysautonomia and my hypermobility. But it has only been a couple of months. I only go once a week, and a majority of it I'm doing on the screen. See? On the phone thing, on the, my iPad, like telehealth. We're doing it like Zoom, but it's not Zoom. But you know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, so we're doing it like that. So, and if you don't know, PT, they can do things for you, like help adjust you, help you learn self-massage. They can do massages for you. Like there's a lot of physical part of physical therapy. So doing it over the telephony thingy thing, I'm probably not getting like the most out of it, obviously, as if I was there. Whatever. However I'm supposed to say that, you understand. I do speak English despite how it sounds. I've been going to physical therapy for a couple of months, and it has changed my life. It has changed my life. I feel like I am learning things and feeling things in my body in ways that I have never known. And there were years in my life that I was a lot more functional, that I was a lot more independent, that I could hold down a part-time job for a little bit and could do volunteering, could have a bit of a social life, could drive all over the place, drive across states, do all the things. Like I was living, And if I am learning things that can make me so much more functional now and really improve my functionality, and am learning and living in a way that is really managing and doing the best that, we know how to do with my body, with the dysautonomia and hypermobility, the two things that right now are my biggest complaints. And anyway, so if I'm learning that life, then can you imagine in the future? Could you imagine me in the future? Like, I'm just putting 1 + 1 = 2 together here, and it sounds like that I am heading towards a life of me being more functional and more stable, not even just physically, but mentally, energy-wise, all the wise. And if I have that stability, it will also play into the rest of my life in ways that I have found it very difficult all the way until now, like more stable relationships, like more stable plans. I can plan things, like more stable financially, because I could probably have a job. I don't know. That's even hard for me to say out loud because it's been so long and so hard, and it's been a road. It's been a long, hilly, bumpy, difficult, windy road. Anyways, the point is that physical therapy has helped me a lot. So if I'm heading towards a life more stable, if I'm heading towards a body more stable, and in turn a life more stable, then why am I feeling right now like I am just so broken? I just, like, why? Where is it coming from? Because today, this week, this whole past month, this whole past 2 months, this whole year so far has not even touched my life at my lowest. So why am I feeling so low emotionally and getting so emotional over this thought of me being so broken? And it is just keeping me from wanting to do a lot of things and feeling like I can talk to my friends. And again, these are friends that I've talked to for over a decade, which means I've gone up and down in functionality quite a bit. It means that they have seen me through a lot of things. They have seen me have a lot of different kind of whatever my episodes are. They have seen me just fall asleep. Like, this is not anything new, I have told them about a ton of things. So, what am I missing? What am I missing here? Maybe I was wrong. Maybe you do have some work to do as my therapist. You're right. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter why I'm feeling that way. At this point, we've processed enough of it, I'm feeling this way because I have experienced a lot of brokenness in my body and in my mind and emotionally and everything, right? And I'm working hard to fix some of those things, but no matter how hard I fix them, I ain't going to be perfect. And I probably am not going to be the healthiest, most stable out of all of my friends ever. So, but that's okay. I never thought I was going to be before. Maybe I did, and I just don't remember because brain fog. I think maybe I just need to think about how to fix it. How do I want to fix it? I want to fix it by telling myself I'm not broken. That's a lie. That also makes me want to cry. We just did the mascara. I definitely need a different narrative in my head. And I don't think I need to be defining myself in this way at all. Like, I don't need to be tagging myself as broken or not broken, good or not good, or usable or not usable, valuable or not valuable. Like, I am a human being. I am doing my best. You know what? I bet this is why some professionals tell you to do affirmations.